NASCAR Stadium in Morgantown. A staple of the college football environment. Color-coordinated schemes in the stands. A stripe out today. Students, alumni, all fans have band together to try to make life miserable for these visitors. It's the UCF Knights and the West Virginia Mountaineers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Hollywood with the latest on the weather.
I caught up with the West Virginia head coach before the game. He knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Knights will kick off first, and here we go. He'll bring it out. It's Francis. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Offense in a bunch formation. He couldn't get it to the corner as this defense opening things up with a big play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Motion from the wideout. Throws it back. Brings it down on the right side. Finds a seam. Carried it all the way down to the 35-yard line before they finally got him stopped.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They had this offense backed up. Now they have to be staggering. Can they deliver another punch on 1st and 10 from inside the 40? Caught behind the line. It's Strachan. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Michael Hawkins on the play action. Got a man. It's Sapp. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Mountaineers racing to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
There's a crease. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You've just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal. They are feeling it.
The Mountaineers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, West Virginia.
If the offense offense continues to put drives like that together, this defense is in trouble. How about the balance, the ability to throw the football, run the football, keep the defense guessing, and then when it gets closer to the end zone, the physicality to punch it in. Great start for this offense.
The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And that's the start you need on offense, right? The opening drive of the game, your defense allows a touchdown, so you got to come out firing. And it's good news to see the quarterback dialed in. Good read, good timing, act.
Here's a little room there. He's inside the 40. Past the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Knights!
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now on this defense to tackle.
Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. And the Mountaineers in the hurry up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
The Mountaineers will snap it on 1st and 10. Just going to keep it after the snap.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
They'll go to work on 2nd down after doing damage on the ground. Forced out of bounds, good pickup there on the ground.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Down to the 25-yard line, and he's got enough for a first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Michael Hawkins. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Headed to the end zone. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
And the Mountaineers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The Mountaineers want to move quickly. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he's in for a 2nd touchdown, man. He knows what to do when he gets down here. He knows how to get in the end zone, and I love when you can run the football as you get closer to that goal line. Be the more physical team, and they're doing just that.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And I'm not surprised, right? Like, they go to him again. Last drive, he did an unbelievable job. And if I'm this defense, just keep honing in, right? Like, making sure he has to earn it. Making sure a lot of people get near him. Continue to hit this running back. Try to slow him down and cool him off.
Hand off to the single back. There he goes. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first. We've reached the end of the period. It's West Virginia on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. To the air, it's Barnett. Quickly complete. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Play is stopped for just a second as they tend to the injured Mountaineer. The freshman safety still down on the field as he's being attended to by the medical personnel. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Here comes the heat. He'll pull it down. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
There's some room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, it's Watson. Got enough space. Touchdown, UCF! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Mountaineers offense coming onto the field. West Virginia uses a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Sends it back in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Hawkins. Now he's going to break the pocket. That's the kind of protection you dream about as he fires left.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation.
Red 18. Zip. Ruben.
Hawkins to throw for it on 4th. Right down the middle. This time he's got him.
That tells you a lot about their confidence of this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Hawkins. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Rushes on him. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. At the 45, on his way. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They'll run it. It's Chambers. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Oh, they're after him. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. The Knights trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. The corners are walked up tight. Looking to throw. Big fella moving. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Moving out to the right. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of it.
Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Knights. His huge game continues. Third time he's gotten paid earned in this one. And numbers 11, 12, and 13 on the season.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. A run for the quarterback. Nice move to keep running. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And I'm not surprised that they're giving him a touch early in this football game, too, because you've seen it throughout the season. Like, they trust their QB to run the football, especially in big-time situations. We'll see that throughout this football game. But he's already over 500 yards. Like, that's really good. So he's a weapon that they will use throughout the football game.
They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They go play action with Hawkins. He's going to run it. Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet. The Mountaineers call a timeout. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Throwing, Hawkins. Pocket breaking down. He'll try to do it himself. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And, man, this defense, they look a little bit frustrated. Like, he's done this time and time again here in the first half, and it's still early in this football game, but they got to find an answer for his legs. Like, he's chewing up too many yards, making too many big plays. Got to find a way to make him one-dimensional and make some bad things happen when he tries to take off and run the football.
Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's knocked down short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm and starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success, and you know, if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
He'll be out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Michael Hawkins. He'll pull it down and run. Breaks into the open. Headed to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
That is exactly how you want to end halves. Put a drive together, score the touchdown, a chance to tie this up, and take all the momentum into halftime.
And he tacked on the extra point. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the finisher came on a terrific 24-yard run to the house. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Dropping back, it's Barnett. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. UCF wants to take a moment. They use their second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Escapes the pressure going right. Quarterback got it himself. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
He lofts one down the sideline. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. So they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
To the air on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Watson. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. We start with a look in on BYU taking on the Washington State Cougars. And it's BYU engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially snags it, and there's running room. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
I know he's got the height and the weight of a tight end, but man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field for a big guy. Very, very unique.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Hey, man, you're going to have to bring a lot of hats to the party to get this guy down. These big tight ends, they do not go down easy. He's able to make one guy miss, break a tackle, pick up some extra yardage.
They'll run it from the gun. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Knights want to crank the tempo.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Watson. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
And I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and manageable. Nice job getting the run. Not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football. He's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Here's Duke Watson. Touchdown, UCF! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. West Virginia starts this drive, and the offense looks ready to go. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game.
And that looks like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
And the Mountaineers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver going in motion. Hawkins. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. To the air, it's Hawkins. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Might be calling a hot route. 4th down, Hawkins. Mark him down right there, but he's got plenty for the first down and to keep this drive moving.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on it.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And that's a better job by this defense. That's exactly what they've got to start doing more. He's had a lot of success on the ground. It's apparent he will take off and move. So how do we keep him in the pocket? Get him behind the line of scrimmage, fluster him a little bit, and don't let him use those wheels.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Fox. Under fire. Swings it out to the flat. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Mountaineers come to the line in the hurry-up. Fox from the gun on 3rd down. Rifles it down the middle. He's got it along the sideline. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. Running the red zone. It's Cook. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming.
Move.
Throwing, Hawkins. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
That is just what you want defensively, right? Bend, don't break. They drove down the field a little bit. They got 2nd and goal. Boom. create that negative play. Now they got 3rd and goal. Now they got to make some decisions. Do they want to be conservative? Do they want to be aggressive? Either way, an advantageous situation now for this defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fox. Hard-hitting tackle.
And now, if this offense could go back, they'd be like, throw it away. You know, don't take the sack earlier in the downs because the scramble now puts you in a good 4th down situation. Interested to see what this offense does, but they got to stay away from those negative plays.
Now, the offense is still out there. They're taking a gamble here. They could come up empty by passing on the field goal here on 4th down. Throwing Fox. Under fire. On the move to the left. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. Hammers his way across the 10, picks up 4 to the 11. Both of these teams still on the outside looking in at the top 25, but here are the rankings as we are winding our way toward the end of the season. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Bring in the heat. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, defenders have to really understand body positioning and where the football's coming from, and great job understanding that, getting in the way of the route, knocking the ball down, batting it away, making a good play for that defense.
On 3rd down, here's Watson. Maybe some room here. The 50, the 40, the 30, the 10. Touchdown, Knights! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Fox. Here's a heat. He fires to the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Throwing Fox. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
It's too bad because these receivers are winning outside one-on-one. If this offensive line can just give their quarterback a little bit more time, there are some plays to be had.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He wants to change this route. Again, it's Fox. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. Slides past the sticks, and he converts on 2nd and long. Great awareness on the scramble. And the Mountaineers headed quickly to the line.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Offenses should focus on their guys and making sure so-and-so guys get so-and-so touches. And, you know, listen, they're featuring this guy. They're going to throw it to him. He's going to be the primary target on a lot of times. I can't be reckless, but I definitely have to find my way to get that guy the ball.
Fox from the gun on 3rd down. Got the quick pass. Bounding over the top.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
The Mountaineers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Fox. Here's the pressure. Oh, he's got some space. Got some room entered to the goal line. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. On the move. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Mountaineers. And the Mountaineers regain the lead. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they need. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
Getting set for the point after. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Quick release by the QB. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41?
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Finds a tight end. Runs through the tackle. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And you're seeing the best version of this guy this week, right? We know he threw 2 picks a week ago. We talked to him. He said it was a game he wanted to put behind him and just get refocused. You are seeing when he brings his A game to the park, he helps this offense be completely dynamic.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football. They're going to try and bleed the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Can't get him to the ground. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Chambers. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, UCF! The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Francis. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to adjust the pattern. Throwing, Fox. Grabs behind the line, it's Cook. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Still on his feet at the 45. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Marked it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Motion from the back. Throws it back. On his feet at the 40. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. And the Mountaineers want to pick up the tempo. Fox. He's going to take off. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit. West Virginia uses the timeout. It's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. Looking downfield, it's Fox. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab, and he will score! Touchdown, West Virginia! And the Mountaineers regain the lead. He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. defense ready to go back to work. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. They're dealing with a second and long. And they'll take a knee.